What do you have to update?
I have to edit it. There's a little errant note at the end of that.
What's there in note say?
It just goes like at the end of that.
I kind of like
that
it.
video.
Welcome to Marital Hate.
Welcome.
I'm Stacy.
I'm Doug.
We're married.
We're both wearing gray.
You're always wearing gray.
Yes, I am. I look like George Clooney. Said some guy in Miami.
Looks like an
as he
old
walked
busted
by.
Matt Damon. I like you though. I still fuck you.
Busted.
I mean, not-
busted is the key word here.
I look like
Busted.
Courtney Love and not in a good way. You're lucky.
Well, it depends. Like if you think Courtney Love is hideous, then not in a good way is a good way.
And in not in a good way.
Hey, look.
It's not a compliment.
You know what?
When you're compared to Courtney Love, it is never a compliment.
Probably not. Probably not. I don't know. I got nothing. I got nothing really.
Shout out to Jules XX Tackett on Instagram.
What's up, Jules XX Tackett?
You should know.
Extra.
First of all, this is a ridiculous podcast.
Yeah, it's not really.
And it might not be appropriate for you,
for anybody,
especially or anyone for that matter.
You should have heard us talking what we're talking about before.
Unless you're a fucked up person, in which case
then
you come to the right
just
place.
For you.
You'll make friends. You will love everyone here. That being said,
you've been warned.
When you're on Instagram, and I was just going to put I was in the middle of typing a note about this. The way that Instagram is set up kind of sucks. We can live stream to Instagram, but we can't pull your comments up. So like if you go on Facebook or YouTube or even I think Twitter, I don't know, we haven't tried it with Twitter. We can pull your comments up. Instagram, not so much. So we would love to have you.
It's them, not us.
But just know that you can make any comments you want on the Instagram. We're happy to respond to them. But if you're on one of the other platforms, we can put you right up on screen. And if you have something you want to
if you're here by accident, well,
you'll regret it. You'll be like, what the fuck was I thinking?
You know what? You ever play?
It was a Friday night. I could have been doing anything else, and I watched these two idiots.
You ever play Cards Against Humanity and like one of these things just goes a little too far? That's this podcast.
Actually, this is like if Cards Against Humanity was church.
If Cards Against Humanity was had Tourette's. That's the show. Yeah. And then no offense to the Tourette's people. They're lovely people.
Well, it's actually funny because I was talking to my little chiropractor friend today. God, she'd be horrified. But anyway,
does she have Tourette's?
At some point we're gonna get cut off on Instagram. They cut us off at an hour.
Yeah.
Fuckers.
So well.
So just know if you're on Instagram, it's not. And
if you watch this for an hour, something wrong with you.
Some people come for a couple hours at a time.
Yeah.
I did want to.
It's Friday, by the way.
There's so much stuff. I was going to pull something up.
All right.
Wicked ADD. We were talking about Instagram.
The popsicle.
Oh, I need a popsicle. My mouth is dry.
Yeah, well, that's the weed talking.
Has not kicked in yet.
And then I made up some story about how the Chinese invented.
I'll give you $1 million if you turn on
popsicle.
Stage Manager.
$1 million. I don't know what that is.
Kisses her hand. A clear ass desktop.
Stage Manager.
Yep.
Okay. Turn it on now. I'm gonna hate it, but whatever. I have to get used to stuff like that prior. So anyway, the popsicle was indeed invented by an 11-year-old Frank Epperson in the San Francisco Bay Area back in 1905. Rah! See, he was selling them to the newsboys, see, with their caps on the corner, yelling, "Extra, extra! Read all about it. The Titanic sails tonight." Anyways,
do you remember when the Titanic sailed?
I was not alive for that, which is good because if I was on it, that would not have been. Although I would have been a child, and probably would have got a space on life. So and if you're curious as to what the first flavor, I would like you to guess what the first flavor of a popsicle was ever done, and
Cherry.
It was originally marketed as a frozen drink on a
Actually,
stick.
I think it'd be orange. Somebody would just fucking freeze some orange juice they had laying around. But I thought cherry first.
It originally thought to came in 7 flavors, thought to be root beer, cherry, lemon, orange, banana, and grape and watermelon.
Banana is fucking
But there's
gross.
no official record of Epperson's
Banana
first.
is fucking gross. The only banana thing that I like that's like, first of all, we don't generally eat processed food in this house, right? But we have an occasional snack like a popsicle. We try to get organic, heavy dippy shit. We have those fruit strips.
Yes.
From Costco.
Yep.
Whatever they're fucking called.
Yeah, those are good. They probably
organic.
have actual banana in them.
They have actual banana in them, and they actually taste good. But mostly,
I thought we were going to say banana Laffy Taffy, which is
gross,
just totally not anywhere near natural. In anytime they try to like have like even a root beer barrel doesn't taste like root beer. Root beer tastes like root beer. Anything cola flavored is kind of dicey. Although those Coca-Cola Tic Tacs were fun, but they weren't. They didn't taste like Coca-Cola. So, anyways, that's all. That's my intro for Friday night. Usually our Friday nights are jam packed with people and fun.
Did our friends suddenly all go get lives?
It's entirely
concerning.
possible, except for Jules X Tackett is.
I don't know if she's still there. I don't know if she's still there, but she was at one point. Actually, you can tell because you see one person.
Yeah,
it's probably still Jules. We could just make it the Jules show.
We have one person via my Facebook. So
page. It's here.
There you go.
So
now we jumped up.
Pick it up.
Look at that. People go.
3 people. We're
now it's down to 2.
You guys are.
Somebody came in. They were. We got all excited, and then you left.
What did you think? Because we were one-on-one. We were going to start taking our clothes off.
It was not Dave either. I will tell you that. We never saw him. Don't know who he is.
I have an important topic to talk about. We should probably explain the podcast.
Okay. All right. So the podcast is,
for the 3 people watching.
We actually described the podcast. I said it was Cards Against Humanity with Tourette's. That's a good description.
I think that's a very mild interpretation. If Cards Against Humanity with Howard Stern was church, this would be the Playboy Mansion. It's fucked up. I'm on drugs most of the time. I talk about cocks constantly. I just told you weren't getting your dick sucked for a while because you were bad.
Wow.
Where have you got?
You're going to town on that popsicle.
You remember that scene in Wolf of Wall Street?
Oh, yeah.
Jordan Belfort's pissed his wife off.
Yeah, and she's like, you won't get any money
it's
down,
for
whatever.
a very long time.
Well,
and it's just going to be nothing but short skirts. And you know what? Mommy threw away all of her panties. Yeah, that's what's going to be.
You know what happened?
I'm just going to sit on the sofa.
He had a camera in the bear and embarrassed the hell out of her. So there you go. You're embarrassing yourself.
I have no shame.
I know you don't have any shame.
Actually, speaking of
I definitely have shame.
Can I speak of me having no shame?
Yes.
So I was like mildly concerned about the fact that your dick was showing on the internet in the Gaucho video.
Oh, and the Gauchos, pair of Gauchos.
Y'all, you can see everything. And by the way, objects in Gauchos may appear larger than they are by about 6 inches.
Also not nice.
It's tiny.
What are you doing? That's terrible.
You know what? Our banker.
That's terrible.
Our banker, one of her many.
Oh, that's right. He did say that.
He did say a black woman would never tell people how great her husband is. I'm taking.
Yeah, I got no plans with anybody else.
So I realize that he does not have an accent, but I'm going to stick with my theory of any time. And he's also not old, but I have this thing that when an old brown guy with an accent speaks, you listen, you take note. Ken, young guy, no accent, very brown, no accent, but still, he told me something, and it's Black History Month, so I have to listen to whatever black men tell me. So if you're black and you want to tell me something, I'm gonna listen.
She'll listen for this month only. next month,
year.
This crazy black guy told me this.
Herein lies the problem. I will listen to anyone and everyone. Like, I'm so fucking gullible. Although I talked you off the ledge today. I'm like, he's trying to sell you. She's trying to sell you something. The whole story.
But that's okay.
But
but we talked about it and we proceeded and I think we came to a good conclusion. Was very helpful. So
okay. So I wanted to talk about the Gauchos.
Okay, but the Gauchos.
So the Gauchos video, if you haven't seen it, you should see it. And
wait, I gotta back. Can we just back it up? So when my wife orders clothes, they all come in like from Amazon or wherever, like
Amazon.
En masse, right?
Same place I buy anything.
So
Costco, Amazon.
Sometimes she's too sick to even open the packages, or it's my job to open the packages, put the boxes and the packaging out in the recycling, stuff like that. So it's team effort. So I'll take it out and I hold it up.
I need help with returns, by the way. I got things that don't fit.
She's like, try it on. So sometimes she's not feeling well. So I'll try this stuff on. That's what happened with the Gauchos and a swimsuit.
Telling you to try it on. I think you just like my clothes.
No, and I didn't want to do it. But then I'm like, you know what?
The Gauchos were not comfortable.
Gauchos were deluxe. They were all satiny, feeling all good up in there.
Is that why your dick looks so big? How good were they feeling?
Wasn't feeling that good.
No, that
but
was
I'm
just your hanging. That you were even.
It's just.
Did you have like a semi?
No, I think that was just my way of being. I don't know.
I'm just saying that those pants have some amplification. Do they amplify my ass?
They look nice on you.
Did they amplify my ass?
I don't think they amplified it.
Okay, well, they amplify your dick. That's all I'm saying.
All right.
Dick and balls, by the way.
Well, here's the thing. I don't walk around with my dick showing usually like that. Like, but then when you can't see it, it's like a shock.
Actually, one of my friends showed up one day and you had on those pants that show your fire helmet. And I was like dying. I'm like, oh, you're gonna see Dutch wiener.
I gotta go.
Side note, Oh, so anyway, so we did that video today of the Jeep, and we should probably
Yes.
show. If you guys haven't seen it, I think it's fucking funny as shit. You might want to tell the back. You tell the backstory. I'll pull it up.
All right, so Jeep's been having some work done on it periodically anyway. So our mobile mechanic comes to the house. Great guy, Tony. We talked about him last night.
Hey, everybody say a little prayer for Tony. He wasn't feeling so good.
Yeah, he wasn't
today.
doing so well.
And also for Lenny down the
We love
street
him.
wasn't feeling so well. For the people on fucking I-75,
Yeah,
plane crashed.
plane had
right into the fucking highway.
both engines gave out.
5
private
people
jet,
in the plane.
5 people in the
3
plane.
got out. 2 not so much. And
Hit
they
a
hit a car. And then of
Yeah.
course, there's a lot of people that need to get home to their kids and whatnot. And like, don't get me wrong, like in comparison to dead, burning alive people, being in traffic is not so bad, but it's still really stressful for people who are already stressed out.
Yeah, no. So word to Tony, he was going through some stuff. So
he wasn't feeling well.
He wasn't feeling well, and we want him to feel well.
Yeah, exactly.
So it is. So anyway, so he came yesterday.
Jeep's still on jacks.
Put the Jeep up on jacks. He's got to pull
TV
he's got to pull the transmission, replace the clutch, replace the throwout bearing, put it back in, do a couple other things, right?
But
So-
all of my nuts are rusted in place.
So since all the
nuts.
my nuts are rusted in place, they move
Evidence to
freely.
the contrary.
Look in the Gaucho video. So anyways, so it's up on jacks. It's not up, actually just the back end is up on
Yeah,
jacks.
that's
I
what I'm
thought
saying.
it was all 4 on jacks.
No,
That's what I thought.
that's why my plan is.
All right, so well,
it's gonna
so
work.
so he sprayed everything, all the bolts to loosen up easier.
And he got a bunch of them out.
and he
There's
got
like a
some of
stack
them
of them
that
in
looked
the
like a
garage.
tarantula. Yeah.
It looks
So-
like a tarantula.
So Stacy says, I want to take my Jeep. I'm gonna ask Tony if I can drive it as is. And I'm like, there's a bunch of bolts out of it and it's on jack stands. What are you talking about? And she's like, oh. And so I told her, I said, sometimes you think quicker than your mouth can speak or respond to. So anyways, this was essentially the Jeep. So she wanted to go for a drive, but it was on jack stands.
One of us is going to need to unmute this. I think. Is there a mute? Oh, here it is.
This is my wife's Jeep. Our mobile mechanic came to work on it this week, but yet my wife still wants to drive it. It's on jacks, as you can plainly see.
Don't
It's
you,
fucking
Jack?
4-wheel drive, dog. I should be able to just hit it in 4-wheel drive, raise hell, and praise hell.
Okay.
Hey guys,
so
this
here's
is
the
my
thing.
wife's Jeep. Our mobile mechanic.
Here is the problem with this video. If you're paying attention, you'll notice a couple things. There's a pair of Pumas under my seat for about a month. There's a stack. There I am. Okay, my tits are not lopsided like that. They just weren't properly placed in my tank top. And now everybody's going to think Doug has a lopsided titty wife. And I don't want people to think
I'm
you
going to
have
do a
lopsided
GoFundMe
titty
for that.
wife.
See what I can get.
But they're not lopsided.
No, they're
like
really
per-
lovely. They're
just
they're very symmetrical.
I'm
Probably
not
the
trying to
most
put my tits on
symmetrical
the
I
internet,
ever.
but like,
ever-
look,
yeah, the most symmetrical I've
exact
ever
same
seen.
size.
Yeah,
They
no,
are not
same
lopsided.
height. Every
That's
the
what
whole,
happens
the whole 9 yards.
When you buy your tank tops off Amazon.
That's right. And your
you
husband
weren't
tries them out
prepared.
and
And even
stretches
my
them
hair,
out.
like we were not, this was just like
Around
a
the middle.
spur of the moment thing because we were talking about it on the couch in the middle of Doug making lunch. And I was like, finally, I was just like, oh, we should make a video of this. And we ran out to do it. And until I saw my hair and my tits, I'm like, oh my God. So
We could have refilmed
I'm
it
just
8
saying-
times, but no,
I'm just saying,
we're real.
I'm just saying for the record,
Yeah.
we're even for the Gaucho video.
Oh, okay.
But if
yeah,
you
but that
ever yell at me again, I'm putting the fucking swimsuit video up and
Swimsuit
everybody will
is
know why.
was funny, but yeah,
The
that's
Gaucho
not
one
for
is
everybody.
pornographic, but the swimsuit
Ah,
one is
crap.
hilarious.
Um,
Look at that. Somebody's here. Oh, that was the I'd like to point out.
Darcy's here. Says hi, guys.
Hey, Darce, I hope you're feeling better. We love you. And listen, don't let the kids watch this like ever. Like on their like 18th birthday.
Mm-mm.
Wait till they're 35.
And even then,
In any case, tell Tic Tac and Skittle and
Yeah.
and
fun size Three
Fun-
Musketeer. Pack of
Musketeers,
Rolos,
or maybe the little
Milk
ones.
Dud.
Tell them all we said hi. So anyway, this woman, Katrina C, said, "Is she stupid?"
That's hysterical.
No, she's crazy. You don't understand, bitch. I'm crazy. You don't want to say is she stupid when your name is on the screen. I will cut you. I'm just
all right,
kidding. I will not. I
so
will not. That is
Nobody's
a joke.
cutting anybody. So what I will say
But I
in
did
my
think it was
wife's
funny.
defense, I thought it was on 4 jacks, completely off the ground, and she's like, "I'm just gonna. It's 4-wheel
But it's
drive."
four-wheel drive.
And I'm like, "But if it's off the ground,
The problem
you
isn't.
will
First
just
of
spin
all,
wheels." And
First
so
of all, we could lower it off the jack stands. Second of all, because we have a high lift jack. Second of all, and we have a regular jack. Second of all, the only reason we couldn't drive it is because the screws Tony took out.
Yeah.
Plus,
well,
Tony was
how many did he take out? Really, like
eight.
Eight?
Like 8.
Ah, you can drive any
But
vehicle
here's the
without 8
thing.
screws.
If it's 8 screws off
It's
of one
bolts,
part,
actually. Yeah.
if it's 8 off of one part,
Yeah, then you might
that
have
would be
some
kind
issues.
of a problem, right?
But
So we don't know, but I will say that it was probably off a part that he just put on because the rest are rusted in place.
that's right. They're all stuck
That
on.
Jeep, we lived
So you
oceanfront.
could take the bolts out, and that part would still
we
be.
lived in an oceanfront home for 5 years with that Jeep. An oceanfront home where waves went over our house on a semi-regular basis. Our street would frequently be flooded. And I've off-roaded it quite a bit. And we towed a trailer from Massachusetts to Florida with it. And it has 210,000 miles on it. So sometimes the nuts be nuts. And Tony's such a good sport about it. He's such a great mechanic and
He's
just like a great guy. So like, listen, if you're, well, I tell you that not till he's done with my Jeep do you do anything. But
Yeah. But then you can have him.
you can borrow him. No, we have him. He first of all, he belongs to his family.
Yeah, he does.
He's a family man.
Nice.
Belongs to God. And then us.
So I want to get back to defending you against.
Right, do you want to say that Kristen's in the house? What's up,
Kristen
Kristen?
and the nation's family, the whole
We miss
nation's
you.
family is with us.
I hope not. I don't even
so-
know if Slate and Mark are old enough to hear this yet.
No, I don't
But-
think. Yeah. So the screws notwithstanding, since the front wheels are still on the ground and there's jack stands, she could pop that thing into 4-wheel drive and chirp it back.
Yeah.
Jack stands go flying.
I'm sorry.
She's out. She's going.
Can we just play a
She's
game?
going to get a hot dog.
Can we just play a game?
What's that?
Does that seem even like close to the worst thing I've ever done?
Absolutely not.
Like we launched our lawnmower off a ramp with
Sparklers and fireworks.
fireworks all over it.
Which was
And
all.
that was before we lived in Florida. I gotta up my game. Everybody keeps expecting me to be Florida woman like within the first 2-3 days.
Oh,
of getting here.
I got a lot of that the first 4 months I lived here. Oh, you're Florida man. You're Florida man. Blah, 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 blah. I would have to get my PhD in redneck in order to. And no offense to the rednecks, you're very smart people. I would have to like learn things that I don't know.
Yeah, but that's because you're such a city boy.
Well, no. I would
You
have
are.
to
You're a
learn
city boy.
how to like what
He doesn't know
where
if I'm
to how to
rednecking.
make Everclear.
Okay,
Like how to
if one of us is country and one of us is a little bit rock and roll, despite the fact you are rock and roll and I am country. I
Yeah.
grew up in the country. Do you know how to drive a backhoe?
I could figure it out.
Okay, you have enough trouble with the Volvo.
No, there's
says-
sticks. You
There's
can pull 'em.
sticks.
You pull them, levers.
Lend him your car or heavy
I know how to
machinery.
drive it. What the hell?
Darcy
I drive a
says, "I
stick.
love you. I love you the most." No, you do not. So there.
You know, it's not a contest, people.
I'm
It
in this.
really
I've
is
been
not.
fighting with Dave Doughton about this for what am I, 47? So like 33 years I have been fighting with this man about this, and I win every time. I'm older than you, and now that you have lost all the weight, by the way, you look stunning, although you looked stunning before with your juicy ass. Please don't lose that butt. In any case, I will sit on you.
Don't lose that butt.
Or worse yet, I will buy your children annoying toys.
With lots of beads to lose. And step on
Your
at
house is
night.
loaded with beads.
Step on at night.
For those of you who aren't aware, Darcy is the proud mother of the
86
Play-Doh
children.
dildo making.
She lives in a shoe.
That she sent us yesterday.
Yeah, the Play-Doh,
Uh,
if you watched yesterday. Yeah.
That was, I just can't. So photo credit goes to Darcy on that. She's just I've known Darcy. We went to beauty school together, and she's just a beautiful person
Beauty
inside
school
and out.
dropout.
Neither of us dropped out, which
Because
is,
it was jail or
listen,
Blaine.
can I just
Sonoma
tell you?
Blaine.
And Darcy can chime in on this, but the woman who directed the school, her name was Ruth Ann,
Ruth Ann.
and this was in like
like Ruth Ann
the
from
2000
from
this
Noah's
was
Ark.
in the 2000s,
Yep.
and she had like a perm,
Yeah.
and like teased up bangs that went
Yeah.
like up and down like 80s hair,
Nice.
and so
Aquanet.
much blush, so
Aquanet.
much fucking blush.
Nice.
And then there was
That's a
this
good look.
massive fucking bitch, Tracy, who and like it's really hard for me to be friends with Tracy because of all the bad Tracys I've
I'm not
encountered.
gonna say anything about that.
But this raging bitch Tracy, she actually had good hair. It was like it was blonde, heavy highlight, which I realize means nothing to you, but it was like super long and really curly. She had great hair, but she was very pretty. She just had no soul.
Ooh.
And she was like uppity and like trying to be preppy and shit, and it was like just ridiculous.
Maybe
Like,
the problem was you. Maybe
no, she was awful. As a matter of fact, I went to work crying. So I was working at a salon
Yes.
in on Cape Cod at the time. By design, it's changed ownership like 4 times since then. And I was working at a salon there, and I went to work, and I was crying my eyes out. And the owners at the time, who shall remain nameless, but the owners at the time were like, "Oh, let me tell you a story about her and her sister," and told me a story that made me feel a lot better about myself. I'm like, "Oh, she's just a terrible person
Did they
and a hot fucking mess."
Did her and her sister turn tricks from rock?
There was some drug use involved, yeah, and not very ladylike behavior. You know, I say more, like what I do on the podcast, except I don't have a sniffle.
I think you just accused somebody on the Cape with certain hair that's a hairdresser. There's probably 8 of them. You know what? If you go on the Cape Cod,
5 people watch the podcast.
Yeah, if you go Cape Cod,
and we have nothing.
You look for that name. Yeah, I don't know.
She's probably dead. She was like
dead,
awful.
Dead.
Yeah, she's probably dead. Well, she probably OD'd.
Why are you laughing?
I'm going straight
Why
to
are you
hell.
laughing?
In any case, Darcy and I went to beauty school together. I had met her friend Ryan prior to meeting her, and he told me to say hi to her. I met him. He was working at Blockbuster. And Darcy kind of looked at me like, "Who the fuck are you?" Which is funny because Darcy's not like that. And we slowly became friends, and we've been pals for Jesus,
for a while.
Well, I had 4 kids, and she was looking at me like I was on crack. And now
she said, "Hold my beer."
And now she has 5.
She lives in a shoe with her 86 children.
I'm an empty nester, and I think that she may finally have her womb back. I believe she is done procreating for the time being. Not to share into that with the entire internet, but she's doing such a great job as a mom, cancer survivor.
I want to see how many they have to have before they have a boy. That's what I was like. How many? Like 6, 7 more.
I will give you my
child. Like the freak boy
my
comes out.
Boy, my baby boy.
Hello.
I'm keeping Wes
Hello,
and Nolan.
Mommy Darcy.
They're not even mine. I'm keeping Wes and Nolan because I will be around for the rest of their lives. But this one, you can have.
Mommy Darcy, I want the juice box.
Don't you want?
Mommy Darcy, what did these carrots? I don't want these carrots.
Mexican when you're like a racist Mexican
I said
child.
finger food, not food that look like a finger.
Darcy does not raise racist Mexican children. What is
Mama
wrong?
Darcy.
Darcy, just so you know, you've had taco
take this
night
all natural food back and get me some hamburger helper.
She's not gonna give you hamburger helper. I think she just started eating meat recently.
Mama Darcy, I will not eat this soy product.
Like she ate a little. Like I think that she did bacon, and then she would do like I think I've seen her eat chicken or turkey once, but never like hamburger.
Mama Darcy, I will kill you if you don't have a hot dog on the plate.
This is how awesome Darcy is.
What is that?
She had a party at her house.
It's Mama Darcy, not just regular Darcy.
She had a party. If you're going to be Spanish, she would be like abuela or something. But she had a party at her house, and she wanted people to feel at home.
Yeah.
And even though she was a vegetarian at the time, she put on rubber gloves and made hamburger. It was the cutest thing. I think she had them in the mixer. It was adorable.
Mama Darcy doesn't want to touch me.
Can you blame her? Every time she touches meat, she gets pregnant. I'm sorry, Doris. But it's, listen, Doris, I would love to have you on the podcast. You'd be a fucking great guest. Especially because of all your, like, she just like, it
would be a conflict of interest to have my mommy on the show.
Chumbawamba wrote tub thumping about Darcy because she gets knocked down, but she gets up again. You're never gonna keep her down. She's gonna call right now.
It's her kids knocking her over with a slingshot.
She was so sick yesterday. She couldn't even carry her groceries, and the poor thing. And she had to go straight to bed. The kids brought the groceries in, which is fine. They're old enough.
Yeah.
And
kids.
And her husband had to take the day out of work today because she was really feeling miserable.
But she has time to tune into the show.
She gets herself all dressed just so she feels better. Because you know what? She wears suits now. If you haven't watched it, watch The Bear. Doris, I'm sorry. I don't mean to steal your whole night. I don't know if you're here still, but we love you. We love you. I will gush about you all night long. I hope I haven't crossed any lines. Please let me know.
My mommy is gone.
I only have you.
My mommy left.
Actually, I have like 4 friends.
She's now throwing up in the bathroom.
Do you think Tracy's mad at me? She's not here tonight. Probably because I've been talking shit about Tracy.
I've been talking the shit.
But not about that, Tracy.
About them.
Kristen's been my friend even longer than Darcy. Kristen. Oh, yeah. Kristen's been your friend. I've been friends with Kristen. Ooh, the only person that comes to the podcast that's known me longer is probably Dave.
Yeah.
Kristen's known me.
Charlie.
I think Dave and I were friends before I met Charlie, believe it or not. Even though we went to school, I went to school with Charlie. I dated Dave. I think Kristen and I have known each other since 1995. However many years that is. That's a long time.
I have actually, Gary Stromberger comes to the podcast every once in a while. I met Gary, and 1971.
How long have we known Dave?
Dave Ethier?
Yeah.
Probably 81, 82, right in that neighborhood, I think. 80, 81.
And how long have you known George?
71, when I moved
Since
to
before I was
Massachusetts.
born.
Way before you were born. I have pictures of me and George playing pong before you were born.
Well, I was still like a mistake waiting to happen.
Or maybe when you were a baby. I don't know. It was 19. No, it was actually Christmas.
I think we figured it out. I would have been 6 months old.
Yeah, you would have been 6 months old.
So you know what? I could have like crawled over to your gaming system.
And shut it off, and we would have. Yeah, that wouldn't have been good.
I
could have given you shaken baby syndrome. I was so mad about the pong.
Oh my god! And you know how many people would have been thrilled about that? Jesus, maybe that's why I'm so stupid. Oh, Anne's here. What's up, Anne?
Hello.
Hey, Anne.
So
and we haven't known Anne very long at all, but we love her. She's a delight.
Other than my family, I did find out who my
You just blew off Anne. Say something nice about Anne.
I did say hello to Anne. I did.
Well, say something nice.
Something nice about Anne.
Delightful.
Anne is a
Do you like her pretty curly hair? I like her hair.
She has great curly hair and a great effective personality.
There you go.
Effective. I don't know why I said that.
Effective.
Infective. It's infective because you go around infecting people with your charm. All right.
He doesn't know how to give compliments. Yesterday he told me you look younger today.
I did. I'm like, you look really. You look because sometimes
I didn't have a complex about looking old until yesterday.
Now you do.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Helen Keller.
Do you guys think that we should do mushrooms tomorrow?
Helen Hayes.
Anne says, did a deep dug. I think she means dig it deep. He has done it deep, but not lately because I'm mad at him. Well, I'm not mad at him. I'm just still getting over being mad at him.
The sight of me repulses her.
The sight of you?
Yeah, look at me.
No, I can look at you again, but there was a good 5 days there where it was really hard to look at you at all. Like, do you want to go there? Do you really want? You really want?
Looking at you funny.
There. All right. So we had
I don't know what we have really.
Well, we have a ton of stuff because we have a lot of news today. So Jesus, Wes has been giving us all kinds of stuff to talk about.
Yeah, we had to back it up.
And there's stuff that we really do want to talk about. That's new and exciting. So for one, so is the new moon pass? Was that yesterday? Today?
I think it's today, as a matter of fact.
Let's see.
New moon on Monday.
All right. My phone is loading.
There it is. There's the moon right there.
It is the new moon.
0% moon right now.
If you have a chronic illness and you feel like shit, now you know why.
I don't think you can actually have 0% moon unless it's a lunar eclipse, right?
I think that Elon Musk is planning to take it out with a SpaceX jet. Actually, the shuttle got down today, dropped down. Actually, Christina.
I heard about a splashdown today in the ocean.
Their whole house, they were like, there was like a bang, and they were like, did you guys hear that? Their neighbor even called them.
Yeah.
It was a SpaceX landing, which is pretty cool. Like, you're part of history.
Really cool. Yeah, it's really cool.
So do you read this? New moon welcomes Saturn and Jupiter for unparalleled stargazing.
I did not see that one. No, I did not.
Dude, it was highlight.
I don't know.
Do you see the bright yellow?
I do, but that was from the 5th. I only went back as far as the 8th.
Well, if it was used, it would have a date used on it. See, we have a spreadsheet.
All right, there's spreadsheets. I don't do spreadsheets, folks.
Well, you're going to have to do spreadsheets. I can't do everything. So you just have to read the articles that are in the spreadsheet. So all you have to do is go to the spreadsheet. That's your job.
I'm going to play guess what's in the story. I'm guessing that the new moon will not like a normal moon obscures our sight of Saturn and Jupiter.
New moon welcomes Saturn and Jupiter for unparalleled stargazing.
Yeah, if you want to stargaze with those gas giants out there, now's the time to do it.
What is a gas giant? Tony Robbins, that's after he has beans. He's a gas giant. What is wrong with you?
A gas giant.
All right, settle down, gas giant. February is
a good name for a band.
February is always the shortest month, so it seems appropriate. There isn't much to see in the night sky for those northern hemisphere for the next 4 weeks. I thought they said there was more to see.
Well, they're saying that normally there's not much to see.
But the new month, February 9th, tonight, will set the stage for an excellent opportunities to see the gas giants. I don't think Saturn and Jupiter appreciate being called gas giants. That's what it's offensive. As they will come extremely proximity to the young moon, thereby giving stargazers both an easy time finding the planets and very little light pollution.
The light pollution can be
unless you live in Cape Coral and right down the road's an airplane on fire. Like about 900.
It's too soon.
It's actually closer to Naples, but like we have a lot of sky pollution around here. Look at our stupid.
They
lights are
said during
fucking-
the blackout during the after the hurricane that you could see all kinds of crazy like
Yeah, it was
Milky
insane.
Way stuff. Yeah.
The perfect opportunity to see Saturn is the moon will allow you to quickly find it, but at 1 day old will produce almost no light pollution. While you can see the famous rings with you can't see. A pair of binoculars or telescope will do the trick. It's funny because there was a guy who posted on the Cape Coral page about his telescope and pictures that he took.
Yeah.
No. He was fake because I invited him on the podcast.
Yeah, because they were unbelievable
Gorgeous
photos.
pictures.
I'm like,
oh my god, let's
I
have
don't know about
this
that.
guy on the podcast. Yeah, it was fake.
You need to have some university.
The same principle
level.
will allow Jupiter, the largest planet. Well, somebody else had done it at home.
Oh,
It
okay.
just
All
was
right,
this
all
guy
right. So
is
somebody
just
had
doing it.
some university
This
level
guy just basically stole his shit.
telescope.
The same principle will allow Jupiter, the largest planet in the solar system, to be easily found and seen on February 15th after midnight in the USA and around dawn in Europe. So if you want to stay up till midnight, let us know. We won't do it, but we'll want to hear about it. You can find the gas giant 3.2 degrees south of the moon, which will be 1 day short of the first quarter. A beautiful combination, to be sure. Also in February, a centroid meteor shower will reach its peak late at night in the USA on the 8th. We're late.
Yeah, we are late on that. But February's full moon is going to be a micromoon.
Whatever the fuck that means.
Which is the opposite of a supermoon.
Should we start a charity for the micromoons?
I don't know. It's the moon's position in perigee, meaning it's the closest point to Earth in its orbit. Apogee, I believe, is the other one.
The farthest point from the Earth in
the
its
other one.
orbit.
There's also helium,
1760.
perihelion. There's all kinds of crazy crap out there that you need to know about. Things swirling around. Space.
According to the Old Farmer's Almanac in the 1760s, I didn't even know that the 1760s was a thing. Isn't that when you were born? And they termed this full moon the snow moon because more snow usually fell around this period.
Duh.
And the
It's February,
Cree,
for
the
Christ's
Cree,
sake.
which I am assuming is a tribe of Indians, but I'm not sure.
Yes, the Cree. Yes.
Called this bald eagle moon, and the Twignit called it a black bear moon. I don't think that you're supposed to say Twignit. I don't even know what that means.
I don't know. Yeah.
Because bear cubs were born at this time. Cherokee called it the hungry moon because food was hard to come by. I'm going to tell y'all right now. We only had toast for dinner. Well, I had toast. Doug had soup.
I had a delightful tomato
'Cause
basil soup.
I woke up nauseous this morning. I haven't really been able to eat today. I had
Delightful.
what did I eat today? I had 2/3 of a quesadilla,
Yep. And
a bag
toast,
of nuts,
a bag of nuts,
and some toast.
some toast, and some lemonade.
And I didn't eat for 4
cayenne
hours.
pepper.
I didn't eat for 4 days last week. So, and then the week before 4 days. So yeah, I'm developing.
And you wonder why your tits are lopsided.
My tits are not lopsided.
No, they really aren't, folks.
They're
They're magnificent. They're no.
Jesus,
Both are
just
the
inbox
same.
me. I'll send
They're
you a
all
picture
good.
of my tits.
They're all good.
Okay.
Not one higher than the other,
But not
looking like that. That's not a good.
Maybe
look.
what we should do is like an in memoriam over the years, like
Oh.
like they do with the Grammys.
Yeah,
when they
yeah,
say
yeah,
goodbye.
yeah.
We do like a slideshow of my tits over the years, just super perky, hard as rocks.
Are you saying that
biggest
they
in
have
my class.
slid, and you are having a slideshow?
Yes, look, they just did it. Look,
I've only known you for 10 years.
people have problems.
Does it make that noise? When it...
You know what noises they make. I'm so sorry. There's something very.
That's a
wrong
little
with-
funny.
There's
I don't mind telling
there's
you.
people actually watching this.
Well, welcome, people.
They should see a therapist.
Well,
Do you guys need help?
maybe this is
We
their
can
therapy,
we
and
can
that's
Well, I will say this: a lot of people have come here and made friends over the years.
yeah, but we don't encourage that.
We do encourage that because one of the biggest reasons we started, we everybody told us we should have a reality show, which we do not, but we're open to being exploited. And our friends had said, and we were also like feeling really bored. Being empty nesters was a big shift for us.
Seeing that your house was full of hoodlums, like 24/7.
Even when my kids moved out, we had like new hoodlums that randomly
Yeah,
showed up and never
hoodlums.
left.
They
and,
come here, the hoodlums.
They do. They just show up. We've had
Yeah,
2 of the kids' friends from high
two of
school.
the kids'
showing up
friends.
So far. One of them twice.
One of them twice.
One of them once.
We had your high school friend show up.
Yeah, well, my high school friends are supposed to show up. They're supposed to be retiring and moving into the villages right about now.
Other than my children, no one's come to visit. Actually, my coworker, former coworker Bob, met us at the game.
She
so
was
that
for a
was good.
baseball game.
Yeah,
Jesus,
that
Bob's
was good.
awesome. Your family is maybe not as much
They
fun.
don't like to. They don't like to travel. Apparently,
unless it's to a Mavericks
Oh,
concert.
then the Mavericks they'll travel. by.
I really like the Mavericks might be delightful,
I
but
don't know,
because
but if I don't know. Maybe this podcast is scared them away.
the Mavericks.
No, my family. This podcast.
Oh yeah, because they've always been there, so supportive for you.
They might enjoy something. Anyway, so let's go back to the stories.
Okay, the news
of
tonight on the news. So today was 2/9.
2/9.
Okay. Hey, that's
a lot of good you typing that in did, because it just stayed exactly where it was.
What do you mean?
You just typed in wherever, and I look over, and it's still on
I don't have it set up to sort by date.
Okay, I don't know.
All right, so now we got this. Oh, this is actually really cool.
Aha, this is good.
Would you like
and
to share some information while I pull it up?
Pull it up. I remember a number of years ago when I was still working in Boston, they put some art installations and did some stuff, but not to this level. But this is whimsical street art catches everyone off guard and delights downtown Boston in 16
locations.
So I remember
if this is still going on, hopefully it is.
Yeah, head in there. Check it out.
Because this was published on February 5th. I would hope they would leave it up at least a week. Go into the city, get a cup of hot chocolate, walk around a little bit.
It's good. Tomorrow's going to be like 60 there. You just go up.
Jesus, 60. Then don't get a hot chocolate.
Yeah,
get yourself a nice coffee.
Get a nice
Dunkies, maybe. Take the train in.
I might get a nice Dunks tomorrow. Maybe that'll be my little treat for myself. Little ice Dunks. I'll take my Volvo to the ice Dunks.
I am not leaving the house until my Jeep is running again, or we rent the BMW again.
Oh yeah. Now we decided that. Stacy is now super high maintenance only because she will not drive a car with a roof.
I refuse to drive a car with
and she really doesn't want to drive cars with the door, but in the case of
I will settle for doors if a car is a toy.
She will settle.
Okay.
So anyways, so back on the Greenway.
This is a great way. This is a free cheap. This is a free date. Literally,
it's fantastic. Yeah, and so
bring yourself a bottle of booze. Get baked.
Get some crack from some dude in an alley.
You don't have to get crack.
All right,
you can just have it.
Anyways,
maybe stop at Crumble and get some overpriced cookies.
Back in, I think it was 2014 into 15. I was working in Boston. They took some of the Greenway and put some art installations in there, and it was really nice. And what just so happens was between me and the train, so I get to walk through it every night and kind of check it out. But these things are really, really kind of fun.
So this actually said the installation is an interactive, musical, visual, luminous experience, an urban bonfire comprising 220 light bulbs that flicker in response to spectators' movements. That looks cool as shit.
So you can go like,
oh my god! Whether they swear,
that's like Disney level shit. People get down there,
embers,
check it out,
and trigger flames, the dance spark. That looks so cool.
And they left this horse out there, and it froze to death, and so they just left it.
Horse.
They had a horse in a fish tank.
I mean, honestly, I don't want to give it all away, but
that is really cool. They strung it up between two buildings, and they had like somebody on a swing. That's amazing.
I'm just saying.
Oh, it's in Chinatown.
If you want to check this
out, and look at this.
Yeah, these interactive bikes. This is a guitar
that's so fake.
slide. That's not a. Well, it might be. It has like a little thing.
Yeah, but that's
interactive.
I mean, it's not a real guitar.
20-minute circuit to see all of the installations located
be a fun little
east of the Boston Common. Both subway stops, State and Chinatown. Okay, yeah. Here we are. Let me just help you all right now. Valentine's Day is next week, right? But Valentine's Day will make you go broke, and everybody is broke in this economy. So this is what you do for your sweetheart. You go, and I don't know when this ends. Does it say when it ends?
I would assume it's there for a little bit.
Well, I don't know.
For the next
Northeast.
It's
until April 14th.
Oh yeah, you're good.
Okay.
You're good.
Fucking Valentine's Day. We don't know. Pick a day to celebrate.
Yeah.
This is what you do. You pack up a little picnic. You just buy some little charcuterie pack or something. Go to Costco. They have like pre-made sandwiches. You get a little bottle of vino or like your favorite beverage, like a Topo Chico, perhaps.
Maybe a nice seltzer from Trader Joe's.
Just make sure it doesn't have listeria in it.
Yeah, because you never know.
And then you go and you have a picnic in the common. Nice meal.
Might be a little chilly for that. You could skate on the common.
Do not feed the ducks bread. No bueno. They don't like that. It's not good for them.
Bring some worms.
And then if you have, bring worms.
I don't think they eat
Maybe
worms.
you pick them off of your lover's hair.
Oh.
And then you feed them to the ducks.
If your lover has worms in their hair, I don't.
Well, with my hair, I have worm hair. And as someone with worm hair, I will tell you that Darcy's little ducklings, or ladybugs as she calls them, like to go through my hair and find.
Yeah, but you don't have worms in your hair.
My hair is like worms.
Is worm very worm-like. I will give you that.
Well, you know what? You're a little bit worm-like.
Medusa.
So my point is that this is a wonderful way to celebrate Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
And if you have a wife that's half a cripple like I am, then rent a wheelchair and stick them in it and shove them around and be
push
like,
around
we're
those
gonna go have a
cobbles.
wonderful time.
Loosen some fillings.
Well, listen, think about that. If you give your wife a push around some cobbles, I'm like riding on the back of a motorcycle. Remember, so when you're a kid and they would go, this is the way the ladies ride, clippity clippity clip, and this is where the farmer rides, clippity clop.
I don't know this song.
And this is the way the farmer rides, sloshity sloshity. I wanted to ride in the dirtiest way possible. I loved that game as a kid. I think that the point is that if you bounce me around enough, I'm going to be pretty fucking happy.
Excellent.
I'm also an easy egg to crack.
An easy egg to crack.
That's your wife.
So, anyways, the best thing about that is you're supporting art. Like art is just fulfills your life.
Well, and you could help maybe like influx the city of Boston with some I don't know how business is doing up there. But if you're gonna go into Boston and spend money at a business, make sure it's a mom and pop.
Yeah.
Fuck corporate America. They're not doing anything for you. They don't give a fuck about you. Especially if you work there. I digress. Okay, so did you read about this? Because I don't know shit.
Okay, bring it.
Supposedly.
Oh, the stowaway guy. Is that the one?
Well, tell them.
Stowaway is somebody. All right, I don't know what year this is, but apparently, somebody on a British cargo ship stowed away and made it to Boston.
I think this was on Thursday. An anonymous tip.
Shipping up to Boston.
So the man was let off the ship at the Conley Terminal, South Boston, Monday morning. So it was Monday.
They don't know how it happened. It does. They said it does happen every once in a while. They don't know who the guy is or all this stuff.
Are you fucking kidding me? There are containers of children sent.
Yeah, but ships. A lot of those guys, those kids don't survive the trip. So
so they don't. Oh,
because the other children eat them because that's hungry. They get hungry on the. No, that was.
I'd rather be fucking.
That was from Borat.
I would rather be eaten in a fucking shipping container than have what happens to those poor children.
Very, very, very much so.
So terrible. We'll just say joke about it, but here we are.
You see all these things like in old Abbott and Costello movies, like there's a stowaway or whatever, and you hear about people like being found frozen to death in the wheel compartment of a jet because they're holding onto the wheel and they're frozen. Anyway, so it's so they're gonna look at all the security. They don't know how it happened, and
what do they do with him?
Well, they gotta check him out.
They're trying to figure it out.
They're trying to figure out the whole. You know what? I think if you have a stowaway and they make it to their destination, shame on you. Let them go.
Well, I mean, listen.
He's in.
Every other illegal that comes in the country, they're given like a PlayStation and like.
Well, that's not true.
Pass.
That's not true. Sometimes they fly them to Martha's Vineyard where they are ill-equipped to handle a plane load of people in a publicity fund.
Making jokes. You want to have a serious debate? We can have a serious debate. But I was making jokes.
These are people's lives.
If you say so.
Of course, I don't think that a stowaway should just be like, all right, just let him go. But it is pretty funny. It's something.
Hang on, I'm just saying.
Bugs Bunny would have let him.
Say hello to Keith. Keith Sargent from back
home.
home.
Oh yes, hello. Keith.
Shout out to Keith.
Been a while.
Yeah, he actually messaged me the other day, asked me if I wanted to chat, and then he.
You told me that you ignored that.
No, I didn't. I responded immediately. Fuck you. I responded immediately. Messaged me back, dude. And then
my number was changed, Keith. So don't
stop being a dick. I'm kidding. Actually, you really should stop being a dick, and let me tell you why. You have had struggles with anxiety and depression and man-related stress.
Man-related stress.
And so.
You show these bananas. Like,
yes.
That's what I was
thinking.
Man,
listen to me talk about man-related stress.
All right, here we go.
You and these, just ignore this screen right here. Lady. Just ignore that. Okay. I don't even like that right now.
I don't even know who she is.
I don't want to stop sharing, but maybe I could pause sharing because nobody needs to look at this free fucking commercial. All right. So men have problems and they have no one to talk to about them. And men, everybody acts like they're all tough. You should have people you can talk to that you can be like, oh, listen, I'm having a rough day. And they'll be like, dude, it happens. Being a man is fucking hard. Balls are itchy.
Really are not
responsible for a family is difficult. So can you explain this article to me?
I will. Tracy said hi preps. And then she corrected herself, said peeps. But I like preps.
We're popping
better.
our collars, baby.
We're preps.
Pop your collar, Doug. I do not have a collar, but I can prick up my titties.
She got stuck in a call. Likely story. You try to multitask next time.
Look at this. Gray seal pup on the garnet sand deposit.
So
take him, Darce. If you're still here, can you please go there
and get that seal and
get
bring
the
it to
sand
me?
and the seal?
All right. So
Go ahead.
basically what happened is that they're not sure why, but all the runoff that comes from like New Hampshire, the granite, the mountains, and all the stuff, it's picked up stuff, and they think that the garnet just like kind of comes down, but for some reason it's come up to the top and it's washed up on sand and kind of deposited there. But if you brush this purple sand away, then it's normal sand. So it's they really don't know how that is happening. They kind of think it comes from the runoff sediment from New Hampshire and all the granite and things like that. It's just kind of a cool occurrence, and I would welcome it. Thank you very much. And I would turn the beach into a Prince Beach Day and have in February Purple Beach. Thank you.
I just asked Darcy to go get me some sand.
Oh, side note: drive to Revere. That's all. That's a nice leisurely drive.
A woman who's
from Hyannis.
A woman who's been sick all week and has 5 children.
Yeah,
then
nothing.
Some purple
nothing
sand.
better than a drive to Revere.
Anybody else want to go to Revere and get?
Well,
me
she
purple?
could stop by and see that whimsical artwork.
If anybody wants to go to Revere and get me purple, that would be a really fun thing to do with the kids.
Oh, I would layer that shit.
Oh
I
my
would
God,
make with those sand things.
Stars. I don't know if you're still watching. Get up super, do a day adventure, surprise day adventure.
She's sick. She's not getting up early and making a day adventure.
Make Ron do it. If I was there, oh my God, I would totally do it. Pack a cooler. If I was there and if I was healthy, pack a cooler.
Oh, there's a 4 hour
go to the beach.
Deal.
Go to the beach with the kids, have lunch, blah blah blah, and go to Boston, see the art, grab some Chipotle or some Whole Foods, feed them in the car. They'll all be asleep. Just put the car in the garage. They can sleep there.
And covered in sand. It'll be great.
Don't cover the kids.
She has 19 kids. She doesn't have a vehicle to fit them all.
Yes, she
does.
does.
19 kids. What is she driving a schoolie?
She drives a minivan.
All right. So, all right. Anyways, you know how long it would take to dress 72 kids that she has? Much less pack a cooler for 72 kids or coolers.
How many children do we have? Now we have none. They're all adults. But how many
we have
children?
0 children.
But how many do we technically?
Well, technically 6.
So we have one more than she does.
No, we don't
5.
because you're responsible for your 4. I'm responsible for mine 2.
Evidence to the contrary. Seems to be I was responsible for 4. I'm not responsible for those 4 anymore. And now I get to take on some projects.
What's the difference?
Now I get some projects.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I've been taking on some projects ever since I met you. I've had sometimes less projects, sometimes more projects. And I will be around for the rest of their lives because I love those little fuckers. Not so little.
And the people
Wes is a giant.
And people that watch your podcast love them.
That's right, Wesley. You are a giant fucker.
Compared to a little fucker, which
well, I guess that would make Nolan.
No, he's too tall to be a little fucker.
He's so skinny though.
You would need like a child or like a midget kid. I know you're not supposed to say midget, but like a small child.
Nolan's very thin, but he's got those broad shoulders. Like
and he's got
daddy.
the deep voice. Like
the kids,
like
the kids on the street say.
The kid goes, "You have a deep voice."
And Nolan's like,
"You didn't go through puberty yet," and I'm like, "That makes no sense." Anyway. Oh well.
The kid said I look like a witch too. These are the neighborhood children that we feed, by the way. They're like little strays. It was so funny too because Wes the rat guy was like, "Can't feed the neighborhood kids. You can't feed the whole neighborhood." And then he proceeds to tell me about how I'll give them popsicles sometimes. Yeah, that's what I do. Well, I'll give them drinks sometimes. I'm like, yeah, that's what I do. Well, and sometimes I'll give them a couple bags of chips. I'm like, Wes,
you're just as bad as
you know how people watch the podcast and they're like, Stacey, you're just as bad as Doug, or Doug, you're just as bad as Stacey. Yeah, me and Wes the rat guy too. At least Wes the rat guy votes the way I vote. This one, not so much.
Well,
I mean, bueno. In any case, Tracy got stuck on a call. I'm glad she's here.
She needs to multitask. That's all there is.
Well, some people have lives.
I bet she multitasks at home.
Some people,
you know
have
what I'm saying?
2 things we do not have: lives and jobs.
Oh,
some people have children. We don't have those either. Really, like some people have sanity. We don't have that.
Speaking of multitasking, apparently the girl won on Jeopardy the other night and did a little obscene gesture.
Which one?
Because it was the Daily Double, and apparently I gotta back up because so she starts going like. She says,
"Oh yes!"
And I'm like, "What the hell is that?"
So, if you're not familiar, this doesn't mean this. Yay! It means dongs all day.
Swedish handlebars or whatever.
Which is the name of my new punk band.
Dongs
all day.
Isn't that called like the Swedish handlebar or something?
I don't really know,
something.
but I will say that you're going to need a backup band. There's no reason why.
Well, I was going to call the giant gas. What was it?
Giant gas mask.
No,
People
no.
think that's me. I don't appreciate that.
The gas giants.
Oh my god.
Okay. All right.
These are shoes. Boston Symphony Orchestra honoring beloved conductor
Seiji Ozawa has left the building. Brought music and his feistiness, his Asian feistiness, to the Boston Symphony for years. So it was sort of John.
He was Asian. Like, was he the first Asian
I believe it
person,
kind of was at the time.
Are people like offended that he's like not Irish or something? Like,
well, he probably in Boston, yeah, probably did have something to do that. But he was a groundbreaker. That was in the 1970s.
I mean, obviously
I don't remember because I was
anytime you're
younger.
discussing someone's skin color on as a point in an argument,
I would assume in the 70s.
Racist,
it was a big deal that.
So he's been doing it since the 70s.
Yeah, he's been around forever. So it was John Williams with the Pops, and CGO with the BSO, and like the two of them were like just celebrities, because like they were always on TV. They were always like, and so you felt like you kind of knew those guys. And even before that, Arthur Fiedler. There's the Fiedler Footbridge on Surrey Drive. These people, and I guess that's a nod to Boston. I mean, like with the art, around town. These two guys are conductors. I mean, I don't know. I don't know that other cities would, their conductors are like household names.
Well, the Boston Pops are a pretty big fucking deal.
So, anyways,
but I will say this: I hope this man rests in peace, and that the minute he gets to heaven, presumably he's going to heaven because he makes music and he's nice.
Yeah,
I think he's a nice man. He's got. I really don't know what kind of energy that is, to be honest with you.
No, well, that's older CG. Like younger CG. He was like,
well, hang on a second. I can't seem to get a picture of the guy where he doesn't look bonkers.
No, well, he's not bonkers. He's just intense. The guy is
I'm
intense.
Just saying.
Look at that. Oh, yeah.
If Wes was here, he would be dying laughing with me right now. This man's facial expression.
They are pretty good.
I hope he's laughing at us right now, laughing
CG.
With us. I hope his family is
Rest
offended.
in peace, CG. And
I hope we're not going to like cause a world war.
I think the way it went was that CG took over from Harry Ellis Dixon, who was Mike Dukakis' father-in-law, who I met one time. Look at that.
He looks like me right there.
Look at that. He's conducting.
I can't.
He's conducting people. Yeah, it's all good. No, but yeah, I think that tells you a little bit about.
That I hope that when he gets to heaven,
Boston culture right there, that he was a household name. And,
the fact that you can pronounce his name must mean that he's like somewhat well known, because I had no idea who he was, but I know that the Boston Pops.
It's a big deal. I didn't know until Wes had sent that article about him. So that was sad.
And Wesley Wesley's really doing a great job of finding stuff for us. There's only been a few stories that I'm like, like if we only talk, hey Wes, if we only talk about it for a minute, one so good. But if we get into it, or maybe we're in a.
But we find stuff in the stuff that's usually pretty.
Sometimes,
cool.
Sometimes we do. Sometimes. Okay, so we have so the notable conductor is dead. You want to start on the this is actually interesting. So Toby Keith recently passed away, which we forgot to even acknowledge on the pod. By the way, Trace says, "LOL, I'm glad you're laughing." She says, "So sad. What an icon."
He was an icon.
He was an icon, an honorable man, until I made fun of his facial expressions and his hair on the internet because I'm a terrible person. Okay. Yeah. We were talking about Toby Keith died, and we never acknowledged it on the podcast.
We did not. So, but we did talk about Wayne Kramer. We did talk about Mojo Nixon.
Well, I wanted to focus on the Toby Keith
and Toby
right
Keith.
now.
Yeah.
So Toby Keith passed away. May he rest in peace. I cannot think of any of his music off the top of my head.
Didn't he do Red Solo Cup?
Except I Love This Bar. Because there was the Toby Keith's I Love This Bar in Foxborough at Foxborough Gillette Stadium. And I would go there upon occasion on a bad date. Mm-hmm. And I had the fried Twinkies once, and they were very good. It was the first time
I went there on a date once and had the Twinkies, and they were okay. They were right.
Did you get some in the parking lot?
Technically, yes.
What did you get? Little mouth action?
I would rather not talk about it.
Because you're a gentleman?
Yes, I'm a goddamn gentleman.
Is it anyone I know of? Is it anyone I know of?
Potentially.
Is it a first date?
No, it wasn't a first date.
Second?
It was kind of like a thing. Anyway.
Do you just fuck women in the parking lot of Gillette Stadium? Is that what you do?
Maybe. I don't know what I do. Did.
Oh my God, I thought I was special.
I didn't say it was in the parking lot.
It was the hotel?
I didn't say it was in the parking lot. You said it. You said it was in the parking lot. I said it was not in the parking
Where
lot.
was it?
Maybe it went wherever.
It was in the hotel?
No, I said maybe I went to that bar. That was the date. And you said, did you get some? I didn't say I got it anywhere in that vicinity.
It's not the San Diego state.
No.
He had a San Diego state
said,
so
"Would you
bad
be
he had to
quiet?"
drive across the lawn. Okay.
It wasn't so bad. It was just a bunch of people. Yeah,
Did you ever call her again?
Not exactly.
Okay, so there you go. He takes advantage of girls in the Patriot.
No, I didn't take advantage of anybody. It was
You took advantage of me.
You were a willing participant.
I will tell you that story. We could take a vote on whether Okay. Tracy says, I love Toby Keith. I don't believe he passed. I saw him at Great Woods one year. Great Woods, for you kids out there who don't know what Great Woods, what we're talking about, these old people, Great Woods.
Xfinity.
What's it called?
Xfinity, Great Woods. I think it's Xfinity Center now, I think.
Whatever. And then Toby, Lori. Hey, Lori. A lot of my friends know Lori. Today was a fully.
That's Lori.
Okay. Today was fully vaxxed and got turbo cancer. Okay,
so we might get bounced for that comment, but we're with you.
Won't make it pulled for that.
I don't know
comment.
why
we don't disagree with you, but we don't agree with saying that on the podcast because it gets episodes pulled. But I think that if you have a question about vaccines, you should definitely contact your local government or I don't know, what is it called?
Local
health agency, because
I don't know if
the FDA or the CDC.
I don't know that
call
I
Fauci
fully
at
agree
home,
with that, but I'm sure it didn't help.
Can't say anything bad. The government is always right.
Anyway, I'm not going whole hog with that comment, but I'm saying it may be.
I don't know either way. I'm just saying that I have concerns. And Tracy says it will always be Great Woods. I agree with you. It will always be Great Woods. I wonder how much of the neighborhood can hear us while we're out here.
It's possible.
Like, people hear us from 5 houses down and are like, shut the fuck up.
Who was your first Great Woods concert?
Wait, oh my God, I just realized something. My first Great Woods concert was Lollapalooza. I just realized that, which makes me super cool. I just realized, you know how we used to get super annoyed by the kid in the neighborhood with like the volleyball, the lacrosse thing?
Oh, so we're the
or
kid.
the barking dog.
Yeah.
We're the everybody's like every night at fucking 8 o'clock.
So
they're out there fucking cursing and
talking
screaming
about
at each
dicks and cocks. Anyway, all right. So
you need to get banned from the neighborhood.
So I believe my first Great Woods show.
Yeah.
Robert Palmer and Chaka Khan. And guess what?
I feel for you.
Chaka Khan didn't show up.
I feel for you.
She actually did show up halfway through, came out, waved, and I'm like, bitch. So I've never said to this day, it's like when you used to rent a
and Peter Cetera?
No, Robert Palmer.
Oh, are you addicted to love?
So he was. But I will say this: it's
You're
a lot.
Addicted to love at Gillette Stadium.
It's a lot. It's a lot like when you remember you'd rent at Blockbuster, you rent a movie, and then you didn't get to watch it over the weekend. You had to return it, but you still had to pay for it, and you never got to watch it. It was that show was like that. So I was still kind of mad.
You should sue like they're doing at Madonna.
Yeah.
You probably get like 25 cents because those tickets were like $20 back then.
If
they were
that.
So cheap.
Yeah.
Now the Florida Man games tickets are $55 a pop.
Yeah, to watch
we ain't
people.
Going. No, you get to participate.
Oh, really? That's your thing.
Yeah, you want to do it?
What is? Oh, we should actually. That's what we'll do on Monday. We'll talk about like what the games are.
We'll see. Did you see the cruise ship that had over 200 sick people out of Fort Lauderdale?
Oh, that's one of our stories tonight, Donna.
Aren't you so psychic?
Yeah.
Yes, in fact, we did. We will get to that actually because we got to finish our Super Bowl thing. So anyway, there's a rumor, as it were, and I don't know how accurate it is. So if you guys can help us with this, maybe this is just like one of those hoax websites. So this is the problem with the internet, but this is something I'm hoping for just because I think it would be nice to have a tribute to him. It says Breaking Kid Rock and Oliver Anthony, which is Oliver Anthony is the one that did that song that went viral about working all day.
Oh, yeah, that dude. Yeah,
blah, blah.
It's like Virginia guy or something.
Yeah. So Breaking Kid Rock and Oliver Anthony to give tribute to Toby Keith at the next Super Bowl halftime, which would be amazing.
But
I haven't seen this anywhere else.
This one coming up is Usher. So I don't imagine they would take time away from Usher to let these guys do a song or whatever. But when you go through this article, it doesn't really tell you anything.
I thought you said at the next Super Bowl.
But it said at the next. So does that mean next year? but they don't announce
a year from now. That's crazy.
Yeah, but they don't announce things. Like, it's very strange. So I was wondering if there was like,
I think they'll just carve out like a like, you know, like they normally do, like a moment from our sponsor, or like whatever. I think they'll just give them
maybe, but then it didn't say that it was going to be part of the festivities. It didn't say anything in this article.
They'll probably have them do something on the sideline that is that's small, and then while they're putting the sets up, and that will distract it if they're doing it. Because again, I found this article. I had seen something about it on TikTok, and then I found this article, but I haven't seen anything else about it. So it could be total bullshit.
So here's my theory. I have a theory about celebrities, and I think artists and things like that. You have an artist that comes along and makes another artist obsolete. So here's my thing. I think you had Toby Keith, then Jason Aldean comes along. Toby Keith becomes all but obsolete. Then somebody like a Chris Stapleton comes along.
Oh,
Chris Stapleton, and
that's Wes's imaginary friend.
Jason Aldean becomes and then I think there's a Luke Bryan or somebody like so eventually like it's like a stacking thing, and it pushes the other people down, and it almost pushes them down to legend status. But I digress.
So I will say that the Super Bowl is this Sunday. And we have some thoughts on that. Who do you want to win?
I'm gonna hope Kansas City wins, because I'm an AFC guy and I gotta root for AFC, and they beat the Bills. So I figured
I'm rooting for the Chiefs because I really like the imaginary Kelsey family, which I think is all like.
I don't think it's for
but
show,
those kids. But you know who my favorite one is? Really, Jason Kelsey's wife. I just think she's a really
she seems very nice.
She seems she seems really genuine and down to earth, and they seem like genuine down to earth people. But it seems really hard to believe that, given some stuff, and they're everywhere right now. And I don't know. I want to believe in them, but I don't know. I like the family.
I have no reason to not like Andy Reid, who's their the coach.
Andy Reid sings opera. Did you know that?
Oh, I didn't know that. I need to see that.
I have a video of it. I believe it's.
Is that a Super Bowl ad that?
No,
that
he was on like a.
That's amazing.
I don't know if it was Theo Vaughn or what it was.
I will say Patrick Mahomes gave me some reason not to like him this year.
Well, he's got problems.
But I think he has never given me any reason not to like him until this year.
And his brother are drunk off their asses and driving around town, and his wife is taking off all her damn clothes.
Yeah, but that's not him. That's his world. But
guilt by association.
He's so good at what he does. I don't think he has as strong on his arm as Josh Allen, and I don't think he's as likable as Josh Allen. And if you ever watch him, he walks with his head tilted, and he kind of walks like he's stepping on Legos. If you ever watch it, you'll walk out the field, but he's looks like he's walking on Legos. But that being said, crazy talented, obviously, like the most athletic guy in the field. Kelsey, kind of like a blowhard when he gets on the mic and stuff like that, but I think he's if you watch him on his podcast, genuinely decent person.
My problem with him is a certain item that he's promoting that I'm opposed to, that we try not to talk about on the podcast because the episodes get pulled. Trace says, my first concert at Great Woods was Country Fest. I went to Country Fest one year, but it was too big by the time I got there. It was at Gillette by the time I went. Ooh. Tracy says, go Kansas City for the love of Mahomes. I'm going for the opera singing Quaker Oats guy, team leader.
Well,
so Usher's performing at halftime. Is that what the deal is?
Yes. And this article is actually really funny because
the NFL is rigged.
So, this article is funny because every time they talk about Usher, like the Boo Boo Kitty singer, right? Like, so they're like, I don't know a lot of his songs, but it's like the OMG singer, boom, and then down below it's like, oh, the Kitty Boo Boo singer, and that like they just keep like dropping song titles into like to describe who Usher is.
He is talking about doing a new song. I'm not excited about this. I mean, I
think it'll be really good because I think you forget how many songs he has.
He's very talented. He has a lot of songs. I just don't feel like he's iconic, and I feel like his moment's kind of passed. And honestly, I'd like to see smaller artists that are up and coming being promoted at the Super Bowl, because they need the press more. Or I either want to see people that listen, they're going to drop dead. And if
many legends left.
If this month has taught us anything, people are dropping dead left and right, just left and right. Nobody we know, but everybody else seems to know somebody that's dying. By the way, if you guys are watching on Instagram,
You want to come over to Facebook or YouTube if you can, because Instagram shuts us off after an hour.
Yeah, they're already gone. So you're talking about. So I will say this about the Super Bowl halftime show.
They're already gone. That's not the spirit.
Because it's after 9. It's 9:05, 9:06.
Well, it tells me when they're not here and they're still here. So
usually it gives us thing. All right, so here's what I say about Super Bowl halftime show.
That's quite the outfit.
Get Tom Jones, and everybody else can go shit in their hat.
Why isn't fucking Tom Jones doing the Super Bowl?
Get Tom Jones in there, and everybody else can go F themselves.
Tom Jones could die. All right, so I'm looking forward to commercials. There's a really good Jelly Roll commercial. I'm looking forward to commercials.
I got to tell you,
but the NFL is rigged.
The advertising industry has lost its goddamn way. Everything's this quick hit, like funny. What made advertising back in the day is it had heart. It has lost its heart. Sometimes it's clever, but it's like as soon as you see it, it's gone. And you'll see so much more creativity on TikTok or on like these little videos on a daily basis.
On this podcast every night.
This thing. So that's my being actually having worked in advertising in my lifespan. I'm disappointed by some of the creative, because basically what happens is like they get a bunch of data and they write up a brief and then they execute the brief.
But I think they're learning from that. That's why they have so many brand ambassadors now. And that's, some
people do it well, but other people they really miss the mark. And they waste a lot of money.
If I post consistently on the podcast, which I haven't been doing, obviously, but with my illness, it's fucking a nightmare. But when I post consistency, we're like, people are looking for real. They're looking for real people. They want people that are genuine and real. Yeah. And the biggest problem is that everything's an ad. And the one thing nobody wants to see is ads. But the only time anybody wants to see ads is the Super Bowl. So I'm looking forward to the commercials. I'm looking forward to you making some food. Are you making food?
Yeah, I got to decide what I'm going to make.
Because there's also, you know what I would love?
Beanie Weenie. That is the ultimate treat.
Tracy says she agrees with me. She's not impressed with Usher. Let's get it. New up and coming artists. I would love to see Tom Jones do duets with young new artists.
Oh yeah.
So imagine
Tom Jones and Dua Lipa.
Hear me out.
Are you kidding me?
Tom Jones is up there and he has Jelly Roll comes out.
Jelly Roll, come on up here.
And Billie Eilish and some other new people that we've never heard of. Some little rapper people or whatever. No, you could just have listen, hear me out. You're like, hey, Tom Jones, you want to do the Super Bowl? And Tom's like, I don't know. I'm getting old. I don't want to do that kind of thing. I don't really like the football and blah, blah, blah. Okay, but here's the thing. Every young new artist, you'll get to say, okay, he'd be there. They would all be sucking his dick because Tom Jones is so hot.
He takes everybody's song and kicks their ass with it and then steals their chick. That's Tom Jones.
Donna says, during the halftime, the guy will probably propose to that girl singer. See how much I care about. Okay, so here's the thing. Apparently it's going to be because it's going to be the most highly attended Super Bowl. Like it's like the most money making Super Bowl ever is what they're predicting.
It's in Vegas.
It's like $1 million to get a suite. So Donna Kelsey is not going to be in a suite. And I'm like, dude, Taylor Swift is going to get a suite for her family and he's going to propose in the suite or something fucking shit like that.
It's not going to happen.
It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. They're going to win the Super Bowl and then they're going to propose. What are you going to do next? Or he proposes to her at Disney World when they go to Disney World after winning the Super Bowl.
Only the MVP goes, and it's very.
I think the Kelce's can afford to go. As a matter of fact, his brother was there last week.
Dean Dawkins was there.
I think he's still there right now.
No, they can definitely go, but I don't think Taylor Swift can go walking around Disney. I don't think she can do that.
No, you don't understand.
It's like Beatlemania up in there.
No, they go places. They'll put security all around them.
Well, that's not nice.
People rent out Disneyland. I think it was.
Yeah, they did. Was Chris Rock or Kevin Hart or somebody?
Kevin Hart was meeting up with somebody, and
but it was somebody like.
And he was like, "Did you pay for this? Because I don't have this kind of money."
Yeah, and it was somebody that was not crazy famous.
No, it was somebody really famous.
No, it was somebody
Kevin Hart. Go.
It was like
Disneyland with us right here.
It was that comedian guy.
It was Mekhi Phifer who filed for bankruptcy. Yeah. No, seriously.
Mekhi Phifer, I liked him. He was good.
But that's funny that Mekhi Phifer. So there's a whole story that he tells.
But he's not Mekhi Phifer. I don't know. I think
he was pretty big for a while there.
He was big, but he wasn't insane. I hate to say like a Tom Hanks or like he wasn't like that big. He wasn't even like a Wesley Snipes big. Is like like
for a full private party on the property would be $2 million for just 4 hours.
$2 million for a full part.
But you can rent out sections for $250.
Yeah, I'd rent out the Disease Bear Jamboree.
So did the Country Bear Jamboree close?
Yeah, it did, like last Monday or something.
They
had a video of it, like the doors closing.
Tell them.
No, I'm not telling them because we don't want to talk about that.
The Country Bear Jamboree?
Yeah. Well, it's called. Oh, so anyways, the Country Bear Jamboree, old Disney stalwart from like.
When we went the last time we went, I knew that it was going to close eventually, and so I said we have to get the coins. We got the coins. Do you think they're going to get stolen?
No. What? The coins?
The Country Bear Jamboree.
No, I don't want to talk about the Country Bear. But anyways, it was like that was entertainment when they opened the place in the 70s. That's what they considered like cutting edge entertainment. And now it's just like bears popping up out of a barrel and it goes back down or whatever.
I don't know. The lady coming out of the ceiling was pretty cool.
The lady coming out of the ceiling was amazing. As was the Tiki Room, which people come out.
The Tiki Room is amazing. Okay, what do we have here? Trace said security was super tight, and security, you were not allowed to talk to them unless they address you first for leveled visits to Disney. There you go. Oh yeah, that's right. Trace used to work there.
I don't know what a leveled visit is. Why don't you dumb it down for the rest of us?
I gotta tell you. Did you just hear something? Oh my God, I have a video I have to show you guys.
Oh geez.
I don't know, I forgot about this. Okay, it's my phone. Tell them something here. Should I pull up another story?
Yeah, pull up another story and I'll talk about it. Let's see.
So
anyways, Usher is getting she's talking to Katy Perry, he's talking to Rihanna. He says he's watched all the acts, all their performances to see like what their moment was. Like, was it Prince in the rain ripping off his bandana, that kind of thing. Like there's these iconic moments from a lot of these, like Lady Gaga coming out of the sky and things of that nature. So I remember like The Weeknd really didn't have. The Weeknd was kind of bad. So anyways, so then well, you just I was going to talk a little bit more about the Super Bowl, but anyways, all right. So it's fine. It's fine. We'll transition. This is what Donna was mentioning, that this shocker, some sort of E. coli breakout in a cruise ship. It leaves 154 sick. Like 25 crew members, arrested, or passengers, but that ship that you're seeing on the screen is 1,200 passengers. Are you goddamn kidding me? So really, your odds of
we are never going on a cruise.
It is a fact, and I believe that was in Hawaii when this happened. I didn't know it was. Donna said that it was local, but I didn't believe that to be local. So
I will put your ass in the basket at the Crisco Disco before I go on a cruise ship.
Yeah, that just doesn't sound like fun for us.
Could be.
Well,
okay, so don't go on cruises because it's dangerous. You'll get sick.
You'll get goddamn sick.
So what do they do? Kick the people off in Lauderdale and say, figure it the fuck out?
Oh, just put them in those goddamn boats and send them out.
My aunt's delivering Uber to all of them. She delivers Uber.
Donna says she's going to Hawaii on the 12th.
Well, fuck you.
Well,
okay, so this you have to see. It's so funny.
Might drop film an alligator.
Maybe if the gator left, I would get it. Even then.
So she dropped her phone trying to take a picture.
It was like the walking stick. Maybe it's something with like a grabber.
Walking stick isn't long.
Oh no, he's not.
He's gonna eat it.
No, it's not.
Oh. How the fuck do you explain that to Apple?
Oh, listen to a crunch. Oh, the poor thing's gonna get all busted up. Gonna have glass in his belly, you dick.
I wonder if the location can still be found. How do you even report that to Apple? You're like, so an alligator ate it, but they have it on video.
Oh,
I hope to God.
Donna says the ship, not her.
Oh, okay.
Tracy says she went on a cruise to the Bahamas on her honeymoon. The only bad thing was 1 carton of spoiled milk.
Ew,
Don't cry over spoiled milk.
My forever phone.
Yeah.
I just want to know how do you explain that to Apple? I mean, we got the video. I mean, but like, here's my only thing. I hope to God that was real and that these people didn't actually like do that to be funny.
Well,
there's so many videos on the internet right now that like, if you have a video that's staged and you're not saying reenactment or if you're trying to make like it look like it really happened, I'm like, fuck you, block.
I feel bad that thing cannot digest that phone.
No, it can't.
That alligator is going to be, it's got glass in his mouth and like.
It's terrible. I'm moving on.
It's just it's terrible, but you know, there's more alligators.
I'm sorry, we've been making jokes about the flight today. My point is, alligator swallowed. Can they still track the phone? Insurance company. But I had a new topic that I wanted to tell you about. Now I already forgot it. ADD. It's easy as 1, 2 squirrel. It's supposed to be 1, 2 squirrel.
1, 2 squirrel.
1, 2 squirrel.
That's a little fun. All right. Are there any other stories that we can get to? Because it felt like there was a million stories that I read.
We may have gone through them, to be honest with you. 2, 9. I think there might be another dead thing. Oh, yeah, there's a bunch. Oh. So
you guys up in New England, hold on to your hats.
I need to just share that screen instead because yeah.
Could be a nor'easter.
Possible nor'easter on Tuesday.
Yeah. Impact. Very late Monday and Tuesday event. Widespread and plowable snow. But you know, I told my son he was worried about this, and I'm like, you know what? It's gonna be 60 tomorrow. Enjoy the day. This thing might blow out to sea. You don't know. It's Tuesday. They don't even know. Look at what potential. Nah, whatever. It's gonna be overnight. Don't worry about it, people. You heard it from me first. There are more pressing things in the world than to.
So they're getting a possible nor'easter, correct?
Really missed from injuries to illnesses.
Rest in peace, Faraway Inn at Cedar Key.
Well, I was trying to get the 10-day forecast. So on Tuesday, they're having a potential storm of sorts.
Yes.
That's Walpole.
I
don't know why this is showing me Walpole because I really don't care. I mean, yeah, I feel bad for you guys, but so on right now, Saturday it'll be 80. 181 on Sunday, 80 on Monday, and 71. It'll be 71 for us on Monday, but it could rain. There's an 11% chance of rain.
11. That's not bad. That's an 11% of the day. So here's what I say: if anybody wants to come down this weekend, we're not going to be able to take you out on the Jeep, but it's going to be 80 degrees.
Dude, if it's nice all weekend, I will not be able to resist the urge. You will have to hold me down to stop me.
You're going to have me under there putting those bolts back in.
I'm going to get the guy to bring me that little. I never feel good. I feel halfway decent today. I'm like, I was nauseous all day.
Yes.
But if I had driven around in the Jeep, I would have felt better. So hear me out. If tomorrow it's not fixed, it's going to be nice all weekend, and I haven't been out of the house in like 3 weeks, I'm fucking renting the fucking BMW from around the corner and we're just driving around.
Well, we can't even go to Naples. The highway burnt in a plane crash today.
Well, we can drive to somewhere else. We can drive to
Naples,
Canada.
No. Well, we're not driving to Canada.
So we would take one tank of gas in that fucking thing.
I think there's another Kelly's up in Sarasota, but that's like a little longer of a drive.
That thing is like, it got such good gas.
Yeah, it was good.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. We went to go to Naples to go to Kelly's. I totally forgot. Sorry.
But yeah, that highway is going to be closed for 24 hours. They said.
No way. Dude, that's gonna fuck shit up. Okay, so the last OG Spinner singer is dead at 85.
The Spinner. I don't know if you guys know the Spinners, but they were unbelievable band in the 70s. They had roots in the 60s, but they had song like "Could It Be I'm Falling in Love with You." They had "Rubber Band Man." Just unbelievable.
Why are you
good
dancing
stuff.
with me while we sing about the Spinners?
Hand me down my walking cane, hand me down my hat. Hurry now and don't be late, cause there ain't no time to change. I'm going now. What? Anyway,
the drugs have kicked in for me. Doug's excuse. I don't know what it is.
I got nothing. Tracy says Publix and pub subs tomorrow. Is that what you're saying we should do? Is go to get some pub subs and drive around?
We have pub subs all the time though, and I get the salad, which is not like very.
Yeah.
We already got that
so
one.
We got that one.
We got all the news that we wanted to talk about. It's 9:20, so we're over on time.
I had a story. I had a story in a town name that I wanted to talk about. Hopefully my Okay, I do have that. All right, so you know me and my turtles, right? And my favorite species of turtle is the alligator snapping turtle. Well, anyways.
Oh, couldn't wait. You had to tell him today.
I had to tell this one today. So the BBC News reports.
See, here's the thing. I wanted to do this as part of a whole series on invasive species, but go ahead.
So anyways, they found the alligator snapping turtle, which is indigenous to the Southern American states. Very, very small range. It actually goes up the Mississippi to Iowa, but like very small range. And they found this thing in southern Scotland. So this turtle, they found it, and they named it Fluffy. And they are taking care of it, and they know it's a invasive species, but look at that beauty right there. Look at that, just beautiful. And the beauty of the you can see right here on the pink worm in their mouth, they flick that around, fish comes down, hey, what's this worm doing? Boom, it gets it, and it eats it.
I do that with my clitoris.
Well, yes, you do, and boom, there I go.
And then you eat it.
So then, and so then I found, and so I didn't know where this was.
The comments.
Yep, go ahead.
Tracy says, no, that's what I'm doing tomorrow. And she says, Fluffy, LOL. And Donna,
she's going to Publix.
Tracy says they have Publix.
I forgot they had Publix.
That's a mini dinosaur. Kristen likes Albertsons better, if I remember correctly.
All right, so I was looking for where this pond was, where they pulled out this this turtle, and I don't know why is that blurry?
Because
can you see that?
Again, it's just a blur.
It's a blur. I don't.
It's Cockermouth blur.
There's a town called Cockermouth in Scotland. I don't know what the people do there, but it's.
I'll tell you what they do. They get Jeeps.
Yeah, apparently.
Why are you at me?
And they get a free Twinkies they get free Twinkies at Toby Keith's Bar and Grill.
I don't do things for a Twinkie. Thank you.
All right, so
although I might soon because I'm pretty high. Yeah, these are just comments on our regular stuff.
So that was that. So gratitude. Do you have any gratitude?
Yeah, I have gratitude for the fact that you're gonna get me a snack. Because I'm not nauseous for the first time all day. I'm grateful. You okay?
Yeah.
Are you gonna die?
I have a little hiccup.
Do you have a little tiny pimple on your nose?
I don't think.
Right
I do.
Right there. Oh, I'm sorry. Pray for Doug. He has a little tiny pimple on his nose.
Yeah, send money.
Like $5.
$5 each.
For $5, I will pop his pimple live on the internet.
That's stupid.
It's not stupid.
It's over here somewhere. I don't know.
Does anybody else like pimple popping videos?
Oh, it's gross as all. Oh God, don't even.
I love them, but I'm so impatient. Like the ones that do like the long wind up. I'm like, no, fuck you. Just get in there and do it.
I don't want it.
I want the highlight points.
I don't even want it. So all right,
Tracy says pick it up. That's a mini dinosaur. Pick it up. I love it. Oh, she means the lizard, not your zit.
The what?
She means the turtle. I thought she meant that your pimple was a mini dinosaur, and that I should pick it up.
Pick it up.
And she loves it. You love the zit on his nose. She loves. Tracy loves you.
All right, so grateful. I'm grateful for your nausea being at bay. I'm grateful for this plane not landing on us.
That is the police. Do you think that's the police?
No.
The lights were very low. That's very low.
I suppose it could be Coast Guard, maybe.
Maybe the Chinese have taken over our air infrastructure, and planes are going to have to land on highways everywhere.
I am grateful because guess what I made for lunch today? My famous buffalo chicken quesadillas.
So I have the munchies. Good. I don't know if that's what I want right now. Is there any ice cream left?
No. Oh, there's the first batch of ice cream left. You can have that. Might be a little freezer burn, but
I'm not eating it if it's freezer burned.
What it is?
Okay. So well, then we might need to make new ice cream.
Well, we might need to order from
I didn't really eat
milkshakes to you.com.
I don't know what I did wrong, but Tony has grounded me. I'm not allowed to leave the house until Tony decides I can.
Yeah. So all right. So other than that, I am grateful for that it's Friday. Grateful for the beautiful day of weather that we had with the doors and windows open. It was just really nice to have that sunshine and just that kind of summery feel.
Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't hot. It was just, it was just beautiful. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm grateful that you had met your hours for the week.
I did. So I
think
had
you
to
went over.
Take it a little easy this afternoon. It was good.
And well, they're only paying you for 30, so don't do 30.01. Yeah, that's the bitch wife talking. And then I'm grateful that you got a little downtime. I'm super sad that I couldn't drive today, but I'm grateful that we could open the house.
Mm-hmm.
I'm grateful I was able to do some of the social media stuff. We need to be doing more short form videos. So yeah.
Oh, and that soup I had for dinner was lovely.
Delicious soup. I'm grateful. Actually today I sat down and I do my reflection for the month, and I usually do it on the 30th of the
monthly
month.
Reflection.
But I literally just started it today, and it's the 9th, and it's the shortest month. So it's going to be basically like, how was this week? By the end of the time, because I haven't even finished it yet. Yeah. But they were like 5 people that inspired you and or that you learned from. And I said, my friend Christina, my friend Zach, my friend Tracy, OG Lesby in his house. And of course, podcasts I've been watching, and then of course all the people that support the podcast. Trace gets a special spot because she like texts me and stuff.
Well, it's going above and beyond.
And Trace says she really does. I have a wicked bad OCD and have to pop and pick at things. I love it.
Should be a monkey. They're always picking at people's.
I'm sorry. Every time I have my shirt off and you see my back, you're like,
well, because your back is like a you have a lot of like spots and moles and things like that.
Thank you.
So
you really know. You really know.
No, I mean, look at you. You have a lot of things going on. I am doing you a favor because what if you had some sort of NOMA? I'm the one that's in charge of that. Thank you, NOMA police.
Do you see anywhere where that probably would have ride?
Yeah, maybe all of it.
Okay, say something nice. Right.
Well, I think you're a beautiful woman that looked very young yesterday.
And had lots of nomas. Yesterday, I looked very young. Not all the time, but I have lots of nomas.
I really look at you today. I didn't get up close. Yesterday, I got up close.
I'm grateful this day is almost over. And I'm grateful we have a guest room. And I'm grateful that I have that video of Doug in a swimsuit that is this close to going out on the internet.
I didn't do anything.
And it was stupid. Just acknowledge that you were stupid.
The stuff that comes out of my mouth is terrible. So just don't listen to me.
But it still hurts my feelings. You can't put the toothpaste back in the tube.
I'm sorry.
Thank you for saying you're sorry. That was a big step for you. You even acknowledged that you're wrong. Also a big step for you. Good job. Good job.
Thank you.
Do you want a sticker?
No.
Good. I would give you here. I have
because I know your stickers. Your stickers say I love dick on them.
Not all of them, just the ones I'm going to give you. Where is my little quickie?
I don't know where it is.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know. Did you throw it in a pool?
Throw it in the pool? I'm not that kind of girl.
I don't know, goddamn. All right. So are you thankful for anything else? Because quite frankly, I've had it to hear with this podcast.
Tracy says I would love to be a monkey, and I would love to have a monkey. Oh my God, we would be so perfect together.
Be best friends.
We already are best friends. Well, almost. We're getting there. But Becky's her best friend. You're my best friend. I get stuck with a boy. I watched a TikTok. I sent it to Trace today, and it was about the Sparkle lady, who's generally terrible. She's like basically telling women to get themselves a butch lady because they'll pay for things, and if guys won't.
We got a thumbs up from Tony tonight, so he was watching. So
shout out to Tony. What's up? I hope you're feeling better. Yeah, we prayed for you.
Should be looking at screens though.
If you have a migraine, don't look at a screen. I would love to be a monkey, and then Trace says BFFs.
BFM, best friend monkey.
She's my
best monkey friend.
My BLF.
Best lesbian friend?
She's my best lesbian friend.
Do you have any other lesbian friends?
Kind of.
Kind of? Oh yeah, you do kind of. Yeah.
Kind of. Kind of a bad friend.
Kind of. Well.
But she was a late lesbian. I have another.
I was thinking somebody else too.
And I have another late lesbian who is a good friend. She's a good friend.
Yeah.
So I have So you're like my. You're my BLF.
You are setting the gold standard for.
And she's a gold star lesbian, so it works out. There you go. For those of you who aren't familiar, a gold star lesbian or gay is someone who has not touched the opposite sex.
Although I believe Tracy had admitted that there was some shenanigans.
Yes, she did have shenanigans. Let's not talk about shenanigans.
But you know what? You can take a bath in peroxide and that all goes away. Please, people, don't take a bath in peroxide. Don't listen to me.
A form of birth control.
Making some stuff up. Come on,
STD
people.
Protection.
Nothing on the
I honestly think that if you took a bath in hydrogen peroxide, it would not. I don't know.
It re-virginizes you.
You're gonna take a bath in hydrogen. We're just gonna put your balls in some hydrogen peroxide.
Okay, it'd be all like bubbly and nice.
We'll put it live on the podcast. On our 200th episode, which is swiftly approaching, we will put Doug's balls in hydrogen peroxide. What do y'all think?
I'm looking that up.
Tracy is laughing her ass off, and I'm glad for that. Well, I thought we were trying to end.
Well, we are, but this all right, not only does a bath with hydrogen peroxide help detoxify the body, it helps return you to your virgin state.
How does it actually say virgin
No,
state?
it says it can stop skin infections and increase oxygenation in the body.
Hang on, I want to try that. I need that. Do you think that would be good for me to try?
It would be great for you to try.
Let's do it. I think maybe we were doing those at one point.
At one point, yes, we it seemed like we had done it, but I was thinking 100%. Like you fill it, you fill the tub, you get in, it's all kind of fizz.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
If we colored my hair, do you think you could bleach it out? I mean, rinse it out?
I think it'd get bleach everywhere. I'm a messy man. No. Messy Marvin.
Well, you would.
I don't think you're bleaching your hair yourself.
It's going to be expensive if I have it done.
Well,
I do have money though. I have my own money.
You have money to keep.
We never spend any money.
You spent money on a gaucho and then return the other thing.
$12.
You bought two things. One of them's going back.
I could have gotten them free if I just used my Amazon points.
Yeah, we're saving those for other things.
Here's my plan for the Amazon points. Would you like to hear it?
Yep.
Here it goes.
Okay.
We're gonna buy an RV.
Maybe.
And I'm gonna want to buy a bunch of ridiculous stuff for the RV, and I'm gonna use my Amazon points for it. That's why I have not touched a single Amazon point.
You're gonna search for like stuff that could be compressed into a flat state. We bought a collapsible salad spinner.
Every time we need something now, I buy it as if it's going in the RV.
Okay.
And I have a whole it's like your cart or whatever.
Yeah.
Hang on, I'm just share this.
This is stuff she buys.
No. This isn't anything I bought.
Okay. Oh, this is
just camping stuff that I've picked out.
Camping stuff that she's picked out. I want to have. We don't need yet.
Camping, the collapsible strainer, the window covers, some BPA-free containers, the hose holders, the water pressure regulator, the dog bone, a 90-degree valve. We're also going to have quick connects, the side window covers, the sunroof cover. I
don't think we're going to need those snug fit leveling pads, are we?
Yeah, they protect your thingies. The 0G, that's a hose.
Picnic table.
Picnic table cover. That's a picnic table.
Oh, it's a cover. Okay, very nice.
And I don't know if we're going to need this sensor, but we're going to need a lot of sensors. A surge protector, we need that. I thought this clothesline.
Is that a penis pump?
No, this is a clothesline. Where do you
Not
see
that.
Penis pump?
On the bottom left. What is that thing?
A life straw. It makes it so you can drink
out of any you can drink out of a sewer.
Actually, we should have gotten them over Christmas just in case. This is going to be your office on the back of your seat, and I'm going to have one on the back of my seat, and these will be on the side, and we can put things in those. What do you?
So basically, we're going to go see a bunch of people.
I'm going to have nail polish
and a robot.
Maybe I was thinking about getting that for the kids.
What about the big titty lady right there? What is she coming with us?
That's your wife. No.
Oh, okay.
Imagine that swimsuit, but like way too short in the torso.
Yeah.
And with like way more coming out of it.
Does it have a sash?
No.
I'm a big fan of the sash.
The sash one I already bought. I don't think it's on here because I bought it already. But there's some other outfits that you might like. Yeah. So every time I see something that I think we might like for RVing, I save it to the cart. And I have a whole Pinterest board. And one day it will be us. Tracy says you would be fizz. Oh, what a relief.
What a relief is. All right, folks. Have a good weekend. We'll do the same thing and we will